Now, the fourth category of polymers based on the division by molecular forces is thermosetting. So, thermosetting polymers. So, as the name suggests, they are indeed thermosetting, that is, on heating, they become set in their position and they do not come back to their original state. So, on heating, they become compact. We can say that on heating, what happens is they become compact, that is, they come close together. Now, next is change which occurs due to which on heating they become compact is irreversible because we cannot revert back to their physical state which was before when we applied heat on these polymers. So they are irreversible. Now, so thermosetting polymers are the polymers which are cross-linked or highly branched molecules which on heating undergo extensive cross-linking in molds and become infusible. So the reaction which occurs is irreversible. And we can say that at high temperature, what happens is, so when we supply heat to it and the temperature rises, so at high temperature, what happens is that they develop new cross linkages, and because of these new cross linkages the compactness that we are talking about increases. So they develop new cross linkages, and due to the development of these new cross linkages their chemical properties change. So their chemical properties are changing, all because of the high temperature. Now they are different from thermoplastic because thermoplastic they become soft on heating and come to their original properties and show their original properties on cooling. But here on cooling there is no effect as the new cross linkages have developed and the chemical properties have changed. Okay. Also, if we want to see some examples, so some examples of thermosetting polymers, if we have to see some examples, can be bakelite. Now, bakelite will be dealing with the bakelite structure in the further lesson. So, bakelite is an example of thermosetting polymers. Thermosetting polymers. Urea formaldehyde resins can be a good example too. So now the next thing we'll see is plasticizers. Now this is another thing. Now plasticizers plasticizers are organic compounds which are added to certain polymers or plastics in order to make the plastic thermoplastic. So we want to make them soft on heating. That was the property of thermoplastic, isn't it? That they become soft on heating. So plasticizers are actually organic compounds. So they were organic compounds which are added to certain polymers. So now certain polymers, we want to make them soft on heating. Okay. So in order to do that, we add some plasticizers. Certain polymers or plastics, you can say. And what happens is, why we are doing this? In order to make the plastic or the polymer, we want to make it thermoplastic. So in order to develop thermoplastic like characteristics, that is, should become soft on heating, we add plasticizers. What happens is when we add these plasticizers, the properties that were in these polymer changes. So the properties changes, and that is one thing which makes them soft on heating. An example if you want to see is dibutyl phthalate, and the structure looks something like this. So we have this, and in addition to this, we have COO C4H9. Now we know what is C4H9. It is nothing but the butyl group. So we have this, and this is known as dibutyl phthalate. And dibutyl phthalate, also known as DBP, is a good example of this particular category. That is plasticizers which are added to make a plastic thermoplastic.